On this video, I want to share with you how I learn English and how you can learn any language easily. Easy. You don't have to study. You don't have to, understand why or grammar rules, nothing. You do not have to memorize. You don't have to read. You don't have to do anything. So this information is gold, man. It's the biggest learning success of my life was learning English in this way because it was so easy. So this is the key. Are you ready? The only thing that you need to learn a language is understandable input. That's it. Done. I'm gonna end the video right now. So what is that? What is understandable input? Is input that you can understand. So if you listen to a movie, if you watch anything and you understand nothing, like zero. Let's say we're gonna learn Japanese, okay? You know nothing about it, so you cannot learn. If you start watching a Japanese movie, you are not learning, okay? So the challenge is, how can you get understandable input when you know nothing? You are zero level. So what you do is you have to watch a person. It can be in a video, it can be live. You watch a person performing the actions and telling you what that is. And you are going to infer what that person means. So that method is called TPR, Total Physical Response. It was invented by a doctor called James Asher, okay? So that's the first step. Those people, the people that train, they are very good at that method. They are able to give you a lot of vocabulary just by performing the actions. You see them, you understand what they are saying because you see the actions they are performing, and in that way you can acquire enough vocabulary to go to the next step. So for example, if you're watching my videos and you are watching the videos with subtitles, you speak a different language, and you probably don't need to go to that step. You probably understand and know a lot of phrases and words in English, for example, and you can go to the second step. So the second step is called Tprs, Teaching Proficiency Through Reading and Storytelling. So that method is mostly audio, and it's audio that you can understand. On my example, learning English, the method that I used was called Effortless English. The professor is called AJ Hoge, and the method, a specific course that I used was Power English. It was amazing. That method is a masterpiece. Incredible. The content is so interesting, so powerful. It's just amazing. So if you want to go to the next level on your English and you already understand something, that might be the perfect method for you. But if you want to learn a different language, a completely different language, the only thing that you need to look for is those two methods. To get started, TPR. Second step, TPRS. And if you want to see a very good example in English of how that method looks like, what is that you have to look for, I would recommend you strongly to take a look at that Power English course. And I'm not being sponsored at all by AJ Hoge. I would love to. I would happily endorse his method because I think it is a masterpiece. It's incredible. But you can do your search. I'm not gonna have a link because I'm not getting paid or anything like that. But if you're interested in learning any other language, that's what you need to look for. And it's going to be audio only. You can read the text also if you want. So you're gonna have the audio and you're going to have the text of the audio, and you just need to listen. That's it. You don't have to do anything else. So what I did for 1 year, okay? I come from Cuba, okay? I speak Spanish. That's my native language. In Cuba, nobody speaks English. There's no way to practice, okay? So the only thing that I did for 1 year was listening to this method. And you need to listen the same audio file thousands of times. It doesn't matter if you know it already, if you understand everything. You need to absorb the sounds, the music of the language. You need to listen again and again the same audio file. You do not have to search anything on the dictionary, because the words and phrases that you don't know, you're going to guess the meaning. So you're going to, I think that's the meaning. I'm not sure. You're going to see that phrase and that word again on a different context. And that's what that method does. It teaches you the words and the phrases by showing them on different contexts so you can guess the meaning. You do not have to search on the dictionary. You do not have to memorize anything. The only thing you have to do is listen again and again and again to understandable input. So once you are able to enjoy regular content, you're done. That's all you have to do. Because you're going to come across some words and phrases that you don't know. That's okay. Don't worry about it. You're going to see them again on a different context, and you're going to guess the meaning, and ultimately you are going to know exactly what that word or phrase means without looking at it on the dictionary. And that's fantastic. That's exactly what you need. You do not need to understand why. You do not need to study grammar rules. Why? Because conscious understanding is meaningless, is not useful at all for language. The language needs to be stored on your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind works with repetition, not with understanding. When you go to school, that's all they teach you. Oh, let's grammar rules and memorize and understand why. Does that work? No, it doesn't work. I'm engineer in telecommunications and electronics, okay? Since I was a kid, I had an English class on my school, okay? What was the result after, 20 years of study in that way? The result was terrible. I didn't know anything. I was not able to understand any movie. I was not able to speak or read English. I could barely say hello, goodbye, good morning, good afternoon. That's it. That was it. So the methods that they use in most schools in the world is completely wrong and useless. So that's why you go to school, you study language, and you don't learn, because you're trying to use your intelligence, your conscious intelligence, and the language needs to be stored on your subconscious mind. So when I speak English, I can make a mistake. Absolutely, I make mistakes all the time, but it doesn't matter, because I don't have to think about it. The language is coming from my subconscious, so I am not translating from my native language to English. That's why it's fluent. That's the only way you can be fluent speaking a foreign language. That's it. That's the key. Understandable input and repetition is subconscious learning. You need to dream with the language. You need to absorb the sounds of the language like a musician. I am a musician, actually. I think that was very important and, for my language learning, because I was listening to those audios, again and again, and I like it so much. It was like music. So try to find a very good teacher. Like, I strongly recommend you, even if you are an American and you want to learn a different language, Chinese or whatever, listen to this method that I study with, so you have a very good example, so you know what to look for, okay? And you are going to search, you're going to do your research and search for a method on that language that you want to learn, but that is very similar to this method. And if you find that, I promise you, this is going to be amazing. Like I'm telling you, on my life, I learned karate. So I'm black belt in karate. I train tennis with the national team. I play classical guitar. I'm engineer in telecommunications and electronics. I do so many things. And I can tell you, my biggest learning success was learning English. Just 1 year, no effort, no grammar rules. I never sit down to study or memorize anything. I was going to the gym, I was running and listening, I was taking a shower and learning, listening. I was traveling on my car and listening, so this is a good opportunity. That's why I'm making the video on my car, actually, because when I come in, I remember traveling. I didn't have a car in Cuba, but I remember me traveling on a bus with my headphones, listening to English. That's why I'm making the video on my card. So can you imagine that? All the years you spend in school trying to learn a language are completely useless because you do not know. You do not learn that language. So now you can, in 1 year, or a little bit more, what I did was crazy, okay? Some days I listen to English for 12 hours. Nobody's gonna do that. Very few people are gonna be able to do that. I'm very passionate and I do things very intensely, with a lot of intensity. So I'm not expecting for everybody is going to work the same way. But regardless of how smart you think you are, that is completely out of the conversation, because we are not going to use our conscious intelligence, like what we call intelligence, and the way we think about ourselves and evaluate how intelligent we are. It's all about conscious. That's the way we do math, and that's what they teach us in school. That is completely irrelevant. It doesn't matter how intelligent or how good or bad you are in math or whatever. It doesn't matter, because we are going to train the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is way more intelligent than you think. It's capable of thinking in many things at the same time. So that's how you do it, man. It might take you a year and a half, maybe 2 years. But how many years you've been trying to learn that foreign language? Maybe your whole life, and you still don't get it. So try this. I promise you, this information is gold. Gold. I would say 99% of all my success here on the US is thanks to learning English and speaking English and being able to communicate. That's it. You see all those abilities and all the things that I do, that is nothing in comparison with being able to communicate in English. So this information is gold. And every friend that I have, every family member that I have recommended that method, they all agree with me. They say, man, this is so amazing. It's incredible. I'm dreaming with English. So if you want to learn any other language, if you find a method that is half as good, it doesn't even need to be close. It doesn't even need to be as good as the method that I use, which was Effortless English Power English course by AJ Hoge. Okay? It doesn't even need to be as good. Just half. You're going to learn, and you're going to be amazed with how fast and how well you are going to learn that language. So, just to summarize, the way I learn: no conscious understanding, no grammar rules, no memorization. I didn't sit down to study, never, okay? Never did that. And I just listened. Of course, I was able to start just listening because all those years of study, I did know some phrases and words. But this is another thing. I never, before coming to the US, I was never able to speak with anybody. So no practice either. I never practiced speaking English. Never. Just listen. For 1 year, I listened for 1 year. I was 100% sure that was working. And I came here to the US day one, communicating with everybody. Absolutely no problem. Everybody was able to understand me. I was able to understand everything. That's amazing. That's mind-blowing. Everybody tells you you have to understand why, you have to practice your pronunciation, you have to do this and that. You don't have to do anything. You just need to receive understandable input. Understandable input. That's the key. That is so important. So I never ask you to share, like, or anything like that. But I would like to know if you would like me to do videos off topics. This is a tech channel. This is what I'm doing. It's all related with gaming tech. But if you like this video, if you would like me to share more valuable information that is not related with technology, give me a like, especially if you watch the entire video, so I know, hey, people are okay with that. Because if I don't see support in me doing videos off topics, I'm not gonna do it, because I want to be respectful with my subscribers, and people are subscribing to see, gaming related content and tech, especially TV related. But if you support me, I'm gonna keep sharing valuable information. And I have another big one, and it's about health. It's about being strong and staying healthy. And that's gold. That information is gold. And I would like to share that too. So let me know.